What is infinite banking and who is an expert? This is Answers to Frequently Asked Questions, brought to you by FSIC.
Aloha, I'm Stan Cox, Principal Broker and Strategist with SC Finance Strategies and Insurance Consultants. I'm also the author of the books on the tax-free cash growth warehouse strategy.
I'm Amanda Cox, Senior Strategist with SC FSIC. In this video, we're going to answer the questions. Number 1, what is infinite banking? And number 2, what is an expert? With that information, you will be able to make an informed decision on whether you should pursue infinite banking and whether we are the ones you want to teach and coach you in practicing finance strategies.
First, what is infinite banking? The infinite banking concept, or IBC. Infinite banking is the name that R. Nelson Nash gave to the financing strategy that he quantified in the book he wrote in 1996, titled Becoming Your Own Banker, The Infinite Banking Concept. Several editions have been produced since then. This financing strategy, in some form or another, has been in practice for nearly 200 years in America. It utilizes the cash value that accumulates in whole life insurance policies.
Nash's main contributions to the strategy are that the policies used for the strategy should be provided by a mutual company that pays dividends to the participating policies, and that the policies should incorporate a sizable paid-up additions rider, or PUA.
And of course, naming the strategy infinite banking. Nash also describes in his books the use of the strategy for financing automobiles and farm equipment. These are useful examples describing the application of the strategy and the financial benefits. Unfortunately,
reading Nash's books will not enlighten the reader as to how the policies should actually be designed, how the cash values should actually be utilized, or the truth of how the self-imposed interest needs to be set up and paid into the policies.
And that's okay, though, because the books are not intended to prepare the reader to become an insurance policy designer, or even really to become an expert in the actual strategy. Rather, they are intended to excite the reader to want to take advantage of the strategy. And that, of course, will require that the reader employ a qualified infinite banking insurance agent.
Now, a greater and fortunate result is that a number of less than high integrity agents have begun promoting themselves as being qualified to help clients with the strategy when they really do not know how the strategy works or what is required in designing a policy for maximum effectiveness for use with the strategy.
So now back to what the infinite banking concept is. It's basically, infinite banking is a financing strategy that uses the cash value of a properly designed, participating whole life insurance policy issued by a mutual company. This fuller, more accurate description is actually critical to the success of the strategy. Infinite banking takes advantage of the fact that the cash value of these policies grow at a guaranteed rate with compounding interest at a much higher rate than any other guaranteed savings vehicle, and are paid dividends in addition to the guaranteed interest.
And all that growth is tax-free. The gains are not reported to the IRS, and the tax is never paid on it unless certain parameters are not met.
When the policies are placed with the best companies, infinite banking also takes advantage of interest rate arbitrage. You see, with the infinite banking strategy, one does not actually withdraw from the cash value as with a bank savings account, but rather we leverage the cash value by means of policy loans. The policy loans do have interest attached to them, but when with the right provider, the interest is simple interest and at a lower rate than the guaranteed compounding dividend interest that is paid to the cash value. So, the infinite banking strategist always comes out ahead. When practiced, infinite banking eliminates opportunity cost. And when practiced properly, it will produce a recapturing of the money used for financing things multiple times over.
There are several additional advantages to using the infinite banking strategy, including the cash value is completely protected against any kind of attachments, lawsuits, bankruptcy, etc. Neither does it affect Social Security, disability payments, or Medicaid. And loan repayment is entirely up to the policy owner's discretion.
Now, we have several short videos answering the most frequently asked questions about infinite banking and what we have developed using the infinite banking concept and affectionately call the tax-free cash growth warehouse strategy on our YouTube channel here. Please feel free to browse around for answers to the questions that you come up with, and please subscribe to this channel.
Now, what is an expert? I'm sure you have your own definition. Here's how Wikipedia defines expert. An expert is somebody who has a broad and deep competence in terms of knowledge, skill, and experience through practice and education in a particular field.
My own education in the infinite banking concept began after I had been in the finance industry for a couple of years. Yes, I was a full-time producer in the one field that facilitates this incredible finance strategy, and yet I had never heard the term infinite banking, even in those esteemed halls. In fact, I learned about the infinite banking concept accidentally while doing some research on the legal implications of terms disallowed by the compliance officers for use in describing the cash value of insurance products. My group sales manager at the time had made some references that piqued my interest and led me to do some research. That was when I discovered Nash's book. After reading that, I was left with more questions than answers, and of course that led to more research.
Now, once he learned enough to be able to design a policy properly for use with the infinite banking strategy, we immediately exchanged our policies for correctly designed policies, and we made our first foray into infinite banking.
And as we continued employing this terrific finance strategy, I began imagining more and more uses for the strategy and created the hybrid strategy we call the tax-free cash growth warehouse strategy. Integrating the personal sweep strategy and cash flow principles with infinite banking, the tax-free cash growth warehouse strategy is the most powerful finance strategy in history.
We welcome your questions and comments and invite you to watch our free on-demand webinar, How to Become Master of Your Financial World, at the link provided here in the description box. That webinar is 1 hour of solid information about why and how the tax-free cash growth warehouse strategy is so powerful for both saving and growing wealth.
And it reveals how you can create and begin using the tax-free cash growth warehouse strategy for yourself. No selling, just valuable information. You can post your comments and questions here, or you can email or call us at the phone number and email address provided in the description box or on our website. We look forward to hearing from you. And please subscribe to this channel.
Aloha and mahalo for watching.